Have you never heard of Mantovani? Have you never heard of Mantovani? Have you never heard of Mantovani?
Les nouvelles de la Riviera montent exceptionnellement ce soir jusqu'à Digne, chef-lieu des Alpes.
Early coming in the morning, starting early in the morning. If you go in the factory and you blow in the world, this side of tape, it's for Americans. This is the young voice of America speaking to you, the young voice of Free America Radio Energy, Jean.
Fa passare divertendomi a suonar il motivo che è orecchiabile lo so già tutto lo stabile dal primo al quinto piano non si sente che canticchia tra la ricordo un po' la giovinezza ancora quel motivo che blandisce t'accarezza al cuore portatela semplice polchetta d'altri dì.
In which way would you feel to sensibilize the American people caring for art, when in case you would say you are against, not pro, you're really against of the way some Americans, they work in conceptual art, if you get what I mean. Not idea. You see the point from the European way, because the European way of seeing the point is the European way seeing the point. Ah. You mean the point is the point? We put some music. Shall any of you Americans give me some language lesson? Why don't you bring your sister, as said Ben Vautier? Of course I'm trying to do this day in a more modern way. I mean, it's a matter of past, you know. Which one is the past? My past because it's past, or our past because it's past? It's something which goes in mythology. It's more European than American. That's what they miss in the way. Violin of Bucharest.
Anscheinend auch die
I will keep all along the tape this loud music behind my nervous system of having a cigarette nazionale in my fingers. No, they're talking in German now. They don't talk in English. But did you study to an art college? I mean, have you been training somewhere before? You could see if you're really able. I mean, how to draw an horse, for instance. You just can't can't come here and say I'm an artist and can do anything I like. I mean, it's too easy, don't you think so? It's not to argue. I don't want to argue. Ah, lucky you don't want to argue, man. You know, I come from Seoul, and I play roulette, yes. I used to play roulette when I was young. I've been traveling as a cadet purser. What did you thought? I was been traveling? No, I've been traveling as cadet reporter on a passenger line. You know, a lot of chicks down there. Yeah, I could get good bread, good money. I didn't like too much that life. There was too much discipline, things like this, you know. You take care for that, for the others. Did he have the chance to make any good business when he was on the boat? I mean, usually I know that all sailors, they have, they have this kind of things. They buy one thing here, and they say that's maybe it's $25. If I take this, I bring this to Europe, where they don't have, maybe I can get $40, $50. The point about dollars, I agree with you, man. I really do care for these dollars. I wouldn't call them dollars. I would call them bucks or bread, you know. You know, you've been the first European artist, especially Italian, trying to make a tape like this, a long-distance wave tape. What do you mean a long-distance wave tape? I mean a long-distance wave tape. Wait a minute, because there is loud and not music.
Passage en Suisse, en France, en Belgique et en Italie. Demandez-en les adresses à notre bureau.
I inform you this is not my kind of music, eh? Was by chance. You see what's the chance? You don't want and you get something. Anyway, a long distance tape is a kind of tape. A long distance tape. It's a kind of tape you do from Europe. I mean, you, the first one, and even if not, you are the best one. Making a tape in American way from Europe. You don't work to New York, do you? Never been to New York City. I wish, I mean, I would like to work in there. A lot of space down there. Do you think for young artists there are more way to find an arrangement, get a living or work in some different way? As you can see, this tape, I did one tape in Italian side and was all vaffanculo, cazzo, and things like this. And how do you say to say I don't give a damn? You know what I mean? If you work in America, you know, it's hard to tell you, but I think the first difference, it's the way to get in politics. Because if you stay in Italy, you have to work in that way in politics. If you come to the States, you can't work in that way in politics. I'm not going to work in that way in politics if I come to the States, man. It's not a sort of arrangement because I want to make a compromission, a partnership with the States. So I say, and I tell you, if I come in the States, I don't work in politics because I want to come in the States. I don't work in politics like that in the States because there is not worth doing in that way. But there is in the other way, which I well know. Well, la la.
Grosso pubblico. Dunque, vi dovrei parlare dei collaboratori.
This is a kind of Italian pop music, kind of Italian pop music, not performance, program, you know. It's called Supersonic. which is in studio by Marco. What's his name?
No, sicuro?
It's a guy from Rome, you know. A lot of guys down there working that side.
Mamma mia, avrebbe già detto sua battutina, magari un po' pungente. Oh, è tornata l'assistente musicale. Benissimo.
It's funny to see that a person like you, which has been in London, you know, has been traveling more than other Roman pastasciutta artist. I mean, didn't find his space in some other work, let's say information, publicity, things like this, you know. Well, it's also a matter of choice, you know. But the point is that I'm not doing any kind of narrative art. Please listen to me, man. I'm not doing any kind of narrative art. Take care. I'm not doing. You get on your risk if you think that, eh? I send you Achille Benito Oliva. Careful, eh? If you got a wife, it's not son feminine, a child, you know, or a husband, or no husband, no, I don't say husband. Ok?
È principe, ma non è che è principe, la questione abbiamo il grande Augusto Sciarra che mi è venuto a trovare, è venuto solo per me penso, per vedermi senza barba, perché c'era questo famoso discorso tra me e Augusto che ci somigliavamo molto, perché fisicamente, così che lui è bruno come me, con la barba, la panza, no, che c'entra? Perché tu no invece.
Is it possible? Do you think still is it possible for you, as you said in the other side of tape, which is we could divide, like you said, part of tape for one, part of tape for the other. I mean, we can do 2 tapes with this, you know. If you work in a Genovese way, you can make 1 tape for Italian market and 1 for American, or English language market. I mean, if is it possible for you to believe, yes, it is possible for me to believe, yes, it is possible for me to believe.
La gente che lavora probabilmente.
It's hard to tell you, but this kind of supersonic music is still speaking because maybe it's got a lot of time before starting with records, you know. I tell you what, man, I will do this shape sharp, a tape sharp. Well, I mean, I do that continuous. I don't stop in between. I just want to make a 24 hours tape.